Alright, boys, we are back, and it's time to continue year 2 with our Vancouver Canucks. We're all the way up here at the trade deadline. Pretty good record, 36, 18, and 7. But when we were looking at our individual stats and our team stats in the last video, it seems like lack of depth goal scoring is really the problem with this team. Our goaltenders are actually doing not too bad. Our defensemen are keeping the puck out of the net. Our first two lines, especially our second line, they're holding their weight. Our first line could be doing a little bit better, but we're not getting any goal scoring from our third or fourth line. Now, I was okay with that decision. I pretty much made that decision in the offseason by not re-signing Chris Higgins and Alexander Burrows. They got us a few more goals on that third line than Yannick Hansen and Zach Kassian are getting. But the thing about these three guys that I really like is, watch, I'll show you Hansen. They're not getting that many points, but they're all plus players still. So they're doing their job defensively. Look at Yannick Hansen. He's only got 10 points this year, but he is a plus 8. So that third line, they're playing really good defensively as well. So if our first line was scoring more goals, we would be in a much better situation. Same thing with Matt Cullen. We got him for his defensive side, not his offensive side, and he's doing it. Only 14 points, but he's a plus 7. All right, and if you compare these to Henrik Sedin or Daniel Sedin, these guys, they got 50 points, but they're still only a plus 8. So yeah, they're getting all these goals, but while they're out there, they're also allowing a lot of goals as well. Okay, so that's what I'm saying about the third line. They may not be scoring goals, but they are keeping the puck out of the net. But what I was saying in the last video is maybe getting one winger for the third line and sending Zach Kassian down to the AHL for the rest of the year. He's not doing too bad on this third line. Same thing, he's a plus 2 player as well, but only 9 points. I don't know if you're going to stunt his growth, but seasons like this, he's definitely going to stay around 80 overall, stay as a third line checking forward, right? If we do make a trade for a veteran sniper, then Zach Kassian would be the guy to go down, just because I wouldn't want to put him on the fourth line and send somebody on the fourth line down, because that'd just be a waste of time. And I don't want to send Yannick Hansen or Matt Cullen down, because these guys are more NHL ready than Zach Kassian. So I think Zach Kassian is definitely somebody who goes down to the minors if we do make that trade. I want to make a trade for an older sniper. I've already done my scouting, so we'll go to that in a second. Defensively, we're fine, and goaltender, we're fine right now. Okay, the team stats for defensive, the defensive category stats, they were actually pretty good, top 8, top 5. It was our goals for per game in the 5v5, because actually our power play was not too bad either. I think it was top 10. So our 5-on-5 was top 15, top 20 maybe. So that's something that needs to be changed, and some goal scoring threats on that third line would help us out. Okay, so what I wanted to show you guys was I already done some pre-scouting. Remember, I'm not just going to go out there and make some crazy trade. I know it's the trade deadline, so I can make any trade that I want. But we don't have a lot of trading assets here in Vancouver. I traded most of them last year to get all the prospects and to get guys like Martin St. Louis and Daniel Alfredson. So we'll just go down here through the list, and I'll show you guys the trading assets that I have and the ones that I don't want to give up. All these players obviously don't want to give up. Drouin, Pulock don't want to give up. Some people were saying trade Martin St. Louis. If he retires, then you got nothing. I agree with that, but if I trade him away right now, then we have nothing, He's part of this team, we're trying to win the cup. It was the 2-year plan. So I'm okay with holding on to players who may retire. That's all right for me, okay? So Martin St. Louis, he's got to stay on the team. If we're going to have a good playoff run, we need that guy there, and I wouldn't be able to trade him for something similar back. There's no way. You can maybe trade him for a 4-star, maybe a 4.5-star prospect, but we have plenty of those right now. I want to have a good run this year, so Martin St. Louis stays. Zach Kassian, he's got to stay. Jan Sov, this guy is a defensive prospect I wanted to keep. He's only 3.5 stars, but still, it's one of those things where I got to choose which prospect I'm going to get rid of very carefully here. Now, hang on 1 second. Let me blow my nose. That's much better. All right, so Sov Weiss, I don't want to trade away either, because we trade him away, then we don't have a fourth line, because I'm not sending Kassian down to the fourth line. Connor Murphy, Jensen, Mantha, Cambiets. All right, so all these guys we can eventually trade away, I guess. Yeah, it's going to have to be one of these guys. Iron Hook. Yeah, Iron Hook, you guys were saying this guy's name translates to. Iron Hook, we can maybe trade away. Gauntz, Rodin, JBR. Oh, excuse me. Rankin, Sheen, all right, all these guys. Yeah, we can trade away some of these guys. All right, so before we do that, I'll show you guys the players that I was interested in. There was 2 players that caught my eye just because of age and contract length. First is Teemu Selanne, 43 years old, 1 year left on his deal, 2.85, which I think is fine because we only have like just over $1 million of salary cap available, but if I make that trade, it should go through, especially if I send Zach Kassian down to free up some more cap space. All right, but Teemu Selanne, the reason I like him, 1 year left on his deal, he's probably going to retire. Not the greatest sniper, not like a first or second line sniper, but a perfect third line sniper. He'll definitely get some more points going on that third line with that shooting category, that poise at 90, and that offensive awareness at 88. Okay, not the greatest physical presence, fine, but hopefully Jannik Hansen and Matt Cullen can take care of the defensive side of that line, and Teemu Selanne could get a few goals, okay? So hang on, before I make this trade, I want to compare stats with the second player, just so you guys can see all the individual stats, all right? And the second player from the New Jersey Devils, Patrik Ashe. This guy basically had the same stats, same contract length, all that good stuff. Yeah, 1 year left at 2.8, basically the same thing. He's a bit younger, 6 years younger, but doesn't really matter. If I don't re-sign him, doesn't matter to me. His shot is one worse than Teemu Selanne's in the slap shot accuracy. I think puck skills is slightly better. Poise is the same. Offensive awareness is slightly worse, but he's got the better defensive category. Not the better checking, but the better defensive category, 85, 80, 82. Let me come back to that, 85, 80, 82. Let me just compare that with Selanne. I'd much rather get Teemu Selanne personally, but if the individual stats say something else here, hang on. 83, 80, 80, okay. You know what? I think Patrik Ashe is slightly better when it comes to just a little bit better defensively and a little bit better shooting and puck skills-wise. But it's freaking Teemu Selanne, all right? I got to go after Teemu Selanne. Yeah, he's a perfect fit for that third line. I'll go after him, okay? So, and he's got a red name, so that's another thing I was looking for. So I can make this trade right now. I don't have to wait for the trade deadline. Okay, so skaters waiting to give away. Let's see. Jensen Cambiets. Let's see this guy. When did I draft him? I can't remember. 3rd round. All right, he's a grinder. Right. It was that grinder that I drafted. Discipline's only at 65, which isn't the greatest. All right, I might be able to trade that guy. Keep going here. Hang on. Cambiets, Tanev, Booth, Iron Hook, Roden, Gauntz, JBR, Rankin, Sheen, Hook. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. All right, so Gauntz, JBR, Roden, and Iron Hook, they're all centers, all right? I'm pretty sure they're all 3.5-star players. Gauntz is 4-star, so he doesn't get counted in that category. It's Iron Hook, Roden, and JBR, basically, okay? Roden is 23, Iron Hook is 22, JBR is 20. Let's see their overalls. JBR is 1.5-star, Roden is 3-star, and Iron Hook is 2-star. So, Roden is, he's older, but he is almost NHL ready, it looks like. Yeah. All right. Roden doesn't look that bad. What about Iron Hook here? Let's see. Where is he? He's a center, right? Yeah. Iron Hook. Yarn Croc. Iron Hook. Playmaker. Okay, I don't think I need a playmaker of the future. Yeah, I don't need a playmaker. All right, so, Kyle, Iron Hook, you can be traded in this deal right here. All right, so let me bring you up. I think that will go through the way it is. Yeah, they're getting more here. What about any draft picks coming back? You know what? Because I want to make a trade for those draft picks, let's get into the trade negotiations for that trade. Because I wouldn't mind going for a... remember, I don't have a second-round pick this year. I wouldn't mind maybe picking up another one. And if I can't pick up the second, I'll just settle with a third. Okay? Because they want to give up Teemu, and they want Iron Hook. And Iron Hook's trade value is higher than Teemu. So that trade would definitely go through. So let's get a little bit more for it, okay? Yep. All right, so trade negotiation. So we're in the time where I can make any trades whatsoever, boys. All right, anything goes right now. So let's go back to Anaheim. Let's get Teemu Selanne for Iron Hook, Yarn Croc. There you go. And can I get your seconds? Because I don't have a second for this year. Yeah, I don't have a second. I don't need a 7th. I don't need a 6th. I'll take the 5th. All right, but let me just see. I don't think that'll go through. No, I don't think that'll go through. All right, since we're at the drafts, I can trade away some of these guys, right? Oh, wait, no. That's against the rules, right? Because these guys, the trade value is too high for them. I have to sign them before I can trade them. Okay, yeah, I can't do that. That's fine. I won't do that. Won't break the rules. Fedotenko, Cullen, Alfredson, Cook. What's this Cook guy about? Excuse me. Holden Cook, I drafted him in the 5th round. He's 51 overall. Yeah, this guy's not going anywhere. I could trade him away. Yeah, I could trade him away. He's not going to be a part of our team. I know he's 19 years old, but man, I mean, he's not going to get better. He's definitely not going to get better. Okay, so I'll add him in the deal. And is there anyone else you can add back? Tony Lidman? No, I don't want that contract. Just give me your worst player back. John Mitchell? Old Leaf coming back? No, I want somebody with 1 year left. I'll take this Staubitz guy, all right? So, we got Staubitz, a 2nd, and Teemu Selanne for Iron Hook, a 7th, a 6th, and Cook. And let me add just the 5th for this year. I don't need a 5th round pick. It's not the first year's draft anymore. All right, so will it go through? We're getting Teemu Selanne in a 2nd for Iron Hook, Cook, a 5th, a 6th, and a 7th. Will it go through? Yes, it did. All right, on behalf of the Anaheim Ducks organization, I accept your trade offer. We'll see you out on the ice. All right, so it was a pretty good deal, I think. I like that deal. I do like that deal. Okay. Not all of your AHL lines. I'll edit that manually just because of Jensen and Schroeder. I don't want those guys to be... it makes me do best lines. Crap. All right, well, whatever. I got to do best lines. Yeah, I can bring them up after. I'll bring them up after the trade deadline. All right, and now we have Teemu Selanne. Where is he? Selanne on the team. Yeah, I'm going to have to bring down Matt Cassian or Zach Cassian. I keep mixing those names up. I saw Ottawa fight Toronto the other day, so that's why. But not the other day. I think it was like a week ago now. I've had that name in my head, though. Forgetting, what's his name? Fraser McLaren kicked his ass after he dealt with Colton Orr. Come on now. Here we go. I don't want to blow my nose again, but I think I have to. Maybe I can keep the trade deadline going here while I do it. Hang on a sec. Unless we get any trade offers. No, we're good. All right, hang on. Let me blow my nose. All right, that's much better, much better. So I think the reason we're not getting any trades here is just because my trading block is completely empty. For my simulation, you know how I deleted all the stuff on the trading block. But that's fine, that's fine. I like the team that we have right now. We're still on that 2-year plan where we're trying to win that Stanley Cup with the older players. All right, this is going to be the last time we can do it with these players. I know. I mean, I thought for sure last year some of them were going to retire. But no, I mean, we still had Salo, we still had Martin St. Louis, and we still had Daniel Alfredson. But this year, I don't know. And now with the additions of Teemu Selanne as well, I don't know. You got to expect one of these, if not 2 of these guys, are going to be gone after this year. So this is definitely a big year for us, okay? So Eddie Lack, Yet Luongo, defensemen are still the same with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep. But now it's time to send down, where is he? Staubitz, you got to get down there. Zach Cassian's got to be sent down, yep. And then Teemu Selanne insert on the 3rd line. Very nice. All right, so hopefully that can add a little bit of a scoring touch to the 3rd line, just to wake it up a little bit. You know, oh, Jesus, that was a horrible voice crack. You know what I mean? But, oh my God, my freaking nose. Hang on a second here, boys. This is ridiculous. All right, so Teemu Selanne back on that 3rd line now. Hopefully he can score some goals for that 3rd line. Our first 2 lines are getting goals. I wish our first line would get a little bit more, but hopefully our team stays as good defensively with Zach Cassian out of the 3rd line, but plays a little bit better offensively. That's all we tried to do with that trade, okay? And when it comes to the AHL, let me just go best lines. Where's Jensen? There you go. Let me just bring up Jensen to the first line with Schrader and Cassian. Schrader, Cassian, Jensen, you got to come up here. There you go. Schrader, Cassian. Let me put Jensen on the 2nd line power play. Penalty kill, Schrader and Cassian. 3-man penalty kill, get Cassian up there and Schrader. Sure, why not? Where is he? Schrader and Schrader, Cassian. Yep, all right, perfect. And Desjardins, because I did this, I got to restart Windsor in the nets. There you go. All right, so there you go, boys. A little bit of a long trade deadline there. Only 1 move, but I like that move. For this team that we have, I like that move. We didn't really give up any crazy prospects of the future. Yes, we did give up some, but they're prospects that can be easily replaced and prospects that we're not going to be using because they're not going to be NHL ready for at least 5-6 years anyways. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. I didn't give up Jonathan Drouin. I didn't give up Pulock. I didn't give up Jensen. I didn't give up Schrader. I didn't give up Cassian. All right, we still have plenty of young prospects available, and we were able to trade for Teemu Selanne and get that 2nd round pick as well. So now this year, I mean, even if the Anaheim Ducks are a a good team, make the playoffs, all that. You know, where are they in the standings? Hang on. The Anaheim Ducks are not even in a playoff position. So that second round pick could be I don't know, between 30 and 40, which could be decent. I mean, you got yourself a 3.5-star player right there. All right, so it's a pretty good trade for Teemu Selanne. And now this year we have a first and a second once again. With this team in Vancouver, I got to make sure I draft heavy each year. Don't have to draft like, amazing prospects every year like we did last year, but just make sure you get a player in the first round, you get a player in the second round, get a player in the third round, just to help out that prospect pool. All right, because eventually, when those young guys like Pulock and Drouin do get better, I sense a big trade coming for the Vancouver Canucks just to get that one extra piece that you need, okay? So there's 2 losses. I don't know what we were doing with the goalies right there. I was just going after the when we started the video. There was the first 2 losses of this video. So we'll just go back to Luongo now. So it looks like Eddie Lack, he's got the most wins this season with 21. Luongo's got probably 19. So, I mean, we're getting close to that playoff there, Luongo. You got to really step it up here, man, if you want to earn that starting position in the playoffs. I know I got a lot of people who are saying that Eddie Laddie should definitely get the start, all right? You're definitely not endearing yourself to the GM mode citizens or the citizens of Vancouver, man. They're getting on your back right now. You got to get into the playoffs on a strong note here, Luongo. Come on. And can Daniel Sedin, I want him to get it to at least 35 goals. He's pushing it. He may not even get to 30. And there you go. There's another loss for Lou. He comes in and goes 2-2. Nothing spectacular. So we got to go back to Laddie right now to finish off the season. How have we been playing since Teemu's got in there? And what, 3, 4, 3, 4, 5, for 5 and 4 basically. Maybe some overtime losses. All right, so nothing too spectacular just yet. I don't know. We're going to make the playoffs. That's not an issue. We are definitely going to make the playoffs. But I don't know. I don't know if that was a good trade or not. We'll have to see. I want to see if those third liners are still plus players by the end of the season. All right, and I can't really tell how many goals Teemu Selanne is going to get. But you know what, man? I'm thinking that Laddie should be our starting goalie going into the playoffs. I mean, he just comes in and gets wins. That's all he does. I mean, there's a loss, right? You're probably going to lose 2 in a row now, go 2-2, just like Luongo, because I jinxed him right there. But, well, let's see. We'll get a win after that loss. Come on, come back. All right. So he did the same thing as Luongo right there, 2-2. All right, Lou, you're going back in there. How many more games left do we have? We got a big chunk. Are we in President's Trophy range? Let's see, 97 points. Well, no, the Rangers have 114. Jesus, we're not catching the Rangers. No way. All right, Lou. You get 2 games here, back-to-back away games in Calgary. Pretty shitty team there in Calgary, all right? We should be able to get some wins here. There you go. There's 1 win. Daniel Sedin finally gets his 29th goal. Come on, there's another win. All right, there's a shutout for Lou. All right, 5 more games to get into the playoffs. I'd like to win, 3 of those 5 games, just so we're getting into the playoffs on a strong note here. There you go, Lou. Lou's won 4 in a row now. 2 back-to-back games as well. He doesn't get tired. All right, there's another loss. Scouting assignment. Yeah, we'll do the scouts. Forwards. I'm pretty sure we were OHL, because I always go the same way just so I don't get mixed up. So QMJHL for 6 weeks. There you go. All right, there's 1 loss, 2 last games against the Chicago Blackhawks. I don't know. If Lou wins this, we'll give it to Lou. All right, there's another shutout for Lou. All right, he's had a pretty good last run here, boys. He's had a pretty good last run. What will happen on the last game of the season? Will Lou take it and cement himself as the starting goalie? All right, so, I mean, I know there's going to be a goalie controversy, but Lou did go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 1 when he came in at the end there, okay? So, Lou's the hot goalie right now going into the playoffs. You can't deny that. 6 and 1, okay? We had a pretty good end there. Where are we? We're 109, second in the NHL, it looks like, second to the New York Rangers. All right, they had a really good season that year, or this year. And in the first round, first round, deja vu. The team that kicked us out last year, the Dallas Stars, we have in the first round once again. The team that won the Stanley Cup last year, we have in the first round once again. All right, so this is a perfect opportunity for us to squash our demons, basically. But it could also be a very bad opportunity because it's the team that has the right roster to be able to beat us, right? So, very interesting, very interesting. So when it comes to the team stats, we were second in the NHL this year, boys. A very good regular season. I don't think we can complain with 109 points. Goals for per game, but you see what I'm talking about? Top 15, all right? That's not good enough. Our 5-on-5 goals. Goals against per game, first in the NHL. So our goaltenders and defense doing pretty good for us this year. Very good for us. Power play percentage, 21st in the NHL. So our power play and our 5-on-5, just not getting it done. Penalty kill percentage, 12th in the NHL. Could be a little bit better. Home record 24-10-7, away record 26-13-2, and we're going into the playoffs on a 7-3-0 streak. Okay, pretty good, pretty good. I like the fact that we're second in the NHL. Really can't complain when you see that. And the players' stats. Let's see who overachieved. Let's see who underachieved. I really want to see what that first line did. I'm pretty sure Daniel Sedin did okay, but Henrik and Martin St. Louis. Let's see. So Daniel Sedin, okay, so no, they did not do pretty okay. They did horrible, okay? So Daniel Sedin and Henrik Sedin, 60 points. All right, I mean, they should be getting at least 70 points. Not good enough. Daniel Sedin from 42 goals last year down to 31. Okay, Sedin 60 points. Ryan Kessler, he got 55 points on the second line. He did have a better season last year, but that's great for a second liner. I'm fine with that. Martin St. Louis, only 50 points on that first line. That's definitely not good enough. Booth, 50 points on that second line. That's great. And Alfie, basically 50 points on that second line. That's great. So our second line did good. Our first line didn't really hold their weight. Teemu Selanne, we don't know how many points came on the Anaheim Ducks, so I can't really make that distinguish. And Matt Cullen, all right, even with the addition of Teemu Selanne, he still remained a plus player, all right, along with Yannick Hansen. So Teemu Selanne didn't hurt their defensive side of the game, okay? Good. Defenseman, Hamius 34, Salo 34, Edler 34, pretty even defensive. Tanev only had 15, but they're all plus players except for Cam Barker. All right, and goaltenders. All right, so I think we got to go into the playoffs with Roberto Luongo. All right, Eddie Lack had the better goals against average slightly, but Luongo had more games played, and he's the hot goalie going into the playoffs right now. 27, 11, and 6, while Eddie Lack is 23, 12, and 3. Okay, and his save percentage, Eddie Lack is a little bit better as well, and they're tied for shutouts. So, I think we know that we do have a backup goalie that is available if we need him. But I think, if this is our last year trying it with the veterans, with the run that he's on as the elite goalie, I think we should give him at least game 1 start and see what he does. All right, but one false move will go to Eddie Lack. All right, but I know you guys are going to have your opinions on this, so go nuts. Who should start in the year 2 playoffs of round 1 against the Dallas Stars? Roberto Choco Luongo or Eddie Laddie Lack? All right, I'll leave it to you guys. Let me know, and I will see you in the next video.